Yep. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of Walking 90. It's a holiday edition. Santa's out giving out gifts, and we're going to let you know what's going right and what's going wrong for your favorite team or not favorite team in USL League 1. But before that's all being said, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I think on YouTube, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, we're almost close to 100 likes, 100 followers.
Hey.
So let's try to get that. Let's try to get 100 on that. And yeah, we got some new things coming out for you. Some stuff that we're trying to be better at, more diligent at. And yeah, but make sure you like, share, and subscribe. With that being said, I want to introduce you to my co-host tonight. Joining me, wearing her Manchester United hat because Manchester is now red, almost like America. It's Ep. How are you, man?
Glory, glory. You know, we just out here. We killing it. Left it late. We shouldn't have.
Is that your Mugga hat? Man United great again?
Wow. Go away.
I'm just saying.
That is a rainbow heart, okay? Look at that. That is a rainbow heart.
Hey. They don't care who you vote for. They just want you to vote.
Look at that. Don't do this. Don't do this. Go to Chip.
I'll fully admit I thought that was a German flag, and I was like, that's weird, Man United gear, but here we are.
No, it is. It's it's like their One Love campaign. So it's got the Man United logo, like colors at the top, and then it's got the progressive pride flag at the bottom.
Gotcha.
Oh, there we go. All right. Joining us, is not his normal setup. He's moving because he's a big boy now. It's Mr. Chip the Ripper. How are you doing, sir?
Exhausted. We moved last Monday. I went into the grocery store to buy a 6-pack of beer for my anniversary dinner, and the guy checking us out said, "You look exhausted." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I am. I did 35,000 steps on Monday and like 20,000 steps for the past week just moving boxes around. It's great fun, especially with the sick toddler and a baby who's sleep training."
Ooh.
But on the plus side, Omaha champions. 2 stars.
You always got that. You just got to paint a giant logo. Paint a giant logo on the wall behind you and put your star above it, okay?
Yeah. I should have just at least hung something up behind me so it's not just like.
I just want to say it's sad that Richmond gave you y'all best game. I just want to say that. It's sad. We gave you y'all best game. That's sad.
Hey.
But whatever about that.
Richmond overrated, underrated.
Hey. We just happen to make it to the party. That's it. We got our slice of pizza. And before I introduce this next co-host, real quick, we just want to give a quick give our thoughts and prayers to the whole Madison community. What happened out there at the school? There was a school shooting in Madison, so make sure you check up on your loved ones. Definitely those up there in Madison. Our heart goes out to you. But introducing my co-host, who did you get a new retwist yet? It looks nice.
Yep, I got it about a little over a week ago.
Listeners, just to let you know, we were supposed to record this podcast on Thursday, and somebody hit the chat and was like, "Oh shit, I can't. I have guest over."
I have other friends. The fuck out of here.
Version of guest.
Our listeners are
motherfucker just got a retwist.
Right.
Who you trying to act brand new for, Kyle? Who you trying to be Santa Claus for?
The people in my gaming community.
That's crazy.
What? It was the Game
I thought we were
Awards.
all you needed. That's why.
Yeah, it was for the Game Awards.
So you just out here dropping off gifts for people. That's what you doing.
Slightly off topic, I just got a 4060 installed it today. Quite fun.
There you go. See?
But he didn't ditch us to go hang out with other people. So
that man got, "Are you up?" No, he didn't get the "you up." He got, "Are the kids asleep?" text.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, come on through.
Hey. Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, it's pretty much like Kyle had people slide in their DMs. USL Championship decided to slide in League One DMs and was like, hey, I like this Jaeger Cup. Oh, my fault. Can we even call it the Jaeger Cup? Because I think the branding of it is USL Cup now.
It's still
It's still
by
the Jaeger. It's still sponsored by Jaeger.
So,
I
there's
mean, I know
apparently
it is, but like, I
I'm
guess
calling it
now
the
that
Jaeger
you
Cup
have to put it
until
for it.
told otherwise. I'm calling it the Jaeger Cup.
apparently there's some issues with certain markets not allowing booze sponsors.
That's
Yeah,
a them
Virginia's one of
problem.
those.
That's not a me problem.
But for me, it's the Jaeger Cup. But for all those people, it can be whatever they want. But for us true fans, it's the Jaeger Cup.
Yeah,
It's Mama named it the Jaeger Cup. I'm gonna call it the Jaeger Cup. Okay.
Exactly.
Now, if they want to name it the Walking 90 Cup, I'm all for it. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Just put in the beautiful sound of the background.
There we go.
My bad.
Well, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's talk about this Jaeger Cup that we got coming up. We'll get into the league news a little bit after that, but I think this is probably one of the more exciting things to talk about. So, pretty much, it includes all League One and championship teams. 4 games. You don't know who you're playing yet, even though there's 6 groups. I do wonder how much of a scramble there was when Memphis, Fuego, and Noco was like, yeah, we're not coming back. Like, how much of that throw off groups?
Honestly, I'm gonna guess it didn't help, especially with Noco, because had Noco stayed, they probably would have been in that group 2, and Omaha would have moved over to group 3. Or like, I feel like it messed up that aspect because with Noco, you could have put them in the group 2 with Switchbacks and San Antonio. You could have maybe moved Omaha over to group 3 and put Tulsa in group 2. Or if Memphis was there, they could have gone to group 3. Like, it felt as though it probably messed things up. I don't know about Fuego. Like, I don't know what they would have done with Fuego, like what group they would have gone to.
It probably would have been in group 1.
Yeah, they've been.
But then who are you moving from group 1?
That's
That's the problem.
probably the Lights.
Probably the Lights.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Lights
Yeah.
or Spokane.
Yeah, Lights probably get moved over to group 2.
Yeah.
No, you
Omaha
can't move-
and Tacoma get moved over. It's just like same with like Memphis that you probably just move everything kind of just over a bit because we lost 3 teams total.
Yeah.
3.
So yeah, then you would have had 5 groups of 7 and a group of 6. So everyone just kind of gets spread a little over a bit.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. Let's dive into these groups. Group 1, you got AV Alta FC, Las Vegas Lights, Oakland Roots, Monterey Bay, Orange County, Sac Republic, and Spokane Velocity. So you only have 2 USL League One teams. The rest are championship squad. So kind of got their luck cut out there. Then in Group 2, you got Colorado Switchbacks, who are your USL championship. Did you guys watch the final?
No,
pretty good.
I missed that.
It was a pretty good final. If you don't include Apple, USL Championship out through MLS. So, yeah.
And you can't really include Apple because it was cross streamed. So, and no one knew it was on. It was just really bad. It was just bad.
Yeah.
But those numbers reflect how fun the final for league for championship was, because it was the first year team making it to the final. It was not a final everybody expected. I didn't expect Rhode Island to do what they did at all. So I think you just looking at like how much fun and different it was made it a lot, I don't want to say better, but enjoyable.
That's what happens when you bet on black. Just want to say it. All right. My bad. So yeah, rest of Group 2, you got Colorado Switchbacks, El Paso Locomotive, New Mexico United, Phoenix Rising, San Antonio FC, who just got a new head coach, Tacoma FC, and Union Omaha, your League One champions. So we have a potential, which I'm surprised we might be getting this soon, where the USL championship team will play the League One team in a friendly, but this game would apparently count if they draw each other.
I guarantee you they'll find a way for Omaha and Colorado Springs to play.
Yeah, that would be a fun matchup.
There's a 0% chance it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Moving on to Group 3, we got Birmingham Legion, Chattanooga Red Wolves, Fort Madison, Indy 11, One Knox, and FC Tulsa. So
That's gonna be a boring group.
Omaha in the same group.
That's gonna be boring.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second, but I have some commentary on Group 3.
Okay. Moving on to Group 4, we got Detroit City, Hartford Athletic, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Portland Hearts of Pine, and Rhode Island FC and Westchester Soccer Club going out there in Group 4. Group 5, we have Lexington, who are moving up to the C, North Carolina FC, Richmond Kickers, Louisville City, Loudoun, and Charlotte Independence. Group 5 is a nice group. It's a nice group. There's a little bit of rivalries there.
There's a few, and I'm excited for it.
There's a few.
Well, they moved Lexington to the west instead of Birmingham, so that's probably where you get your Lexington Louisville 80 miles away rivalry game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll play one in season as well. And I'm sure they got an interconference game too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, unless they do like the weird pod system. There's some talk about them doing like 3 pods instead of East and West this year.
No, it's East and West. From what I've seen, it's East and West. Yeah.
Missed that when I was moving. Never mind. There are no pods.
Okay. All right. And then we look at Group 6, the final group. We have Greenville, Triumph, Charleston Battery, Miami FC, FC Naples, Tampa Bay Rowdies, and Tormenta FC. So those are your 6 groups. Groups 3 through 6 have 6 teams, while groups 1 and 2 have 7. Like I said before earlier, you'll play 4 teams within that group. We don't know how that draw has looked yet. But what we do know is there are less group stage games. So it got reduced down to 4 from 8 last year. All games. There's no draws, so they'll go straight to PKs. And I'm assuming it's points per game. I'm assuming is how you rank it. And
they don't specify that on the website.
And we don't know how many teams get into
Which means they
playoffs,
don't
right?
know yet.
Correct.
Figuring it out.
They will have an answer for you by first kick. Okay.
They know and they're working on it.
Yeah. But we don't know how many teams make it into the playoffs now, right? I'm assuming that
8.
It's probably. How do you have 8 when there's 6 groups?
Because then you got 2 wild cards.
You have 2 wild cards.
Oh yeah.
So you'll either do which I bet they still. And again, they haven't made it up yet. They haven't figured it out yet, so they're just throwing it out there. But I'm sure it'll be like goals scored again, just because that was so chaotic. It makes perfect sense to do. So of course we'll do it because it makes sense.
So, well, Chip, since you're answering the question right now, I'll start with you. Why the change? Why are we adding the championships teams in there?
Because the championship teams realized it smelled like bitch up in here when they wouldn't play in the Jaeger Cup. And the league realized it was silly to have a cup between League One teams who already played each other like twice a year in League One. And so, I mean, it makes sense. It was something that from the inception of the cup, they said was something they were working towards. They just didn't have full consensus from the championship teams. I think, like we said last year, I think they probably shopped it around and said, if we get a sponsor, we'll do it. Jaeger Cup said, we're going to give you, 6 figures. And they said, oh shit, now we have to figure out how to do a cup. And so now that they did it last year, we're figuring it out. I think it's good though. I mean, there's regional championship games for League One clubs that you don't get otherwise. Championship clubs can play League One games. You have a way to compare the 2 leagues. I think overall it's great. I mean, who doesn't like games that are closer to drive to? Because for Omaha, besides Tulsa not being in it, which is the closest team, conceivably those are games that you could go to easier. But definitely other pods, it's like, I don't know, why don't Charleston and Greenville play a competitive game every year? Well, now they probably will.
Yeah. Cal, I'll come to you with this part about this. What does this mean for the Open Cup and the overall schedule for both leagues? Is there any real difference?
Well, I was going to say, I feel like it's going to ironically, for USL League One teams, it's going to reduce the amount of games because there are so many games in the Jaeger Cup. Like you still had 28 league games added on like 6 Jaeger Cup games, and that's assuming and that's not including like Ford Madison, who played an additional because they made the final. Charlotte, Omaha, like they got to the next round. So in actuality, it's going to reduce the amount of games that these League One teams are playing. And there's another competition. So there's another way for these teams to hopefully generate revenue for, their home matches, which is always important because that's essential for them to make money, is to have gate revenue. So it's weird because it is both adding it's adding a competition, but also there's not as many games that these teams will play right now. So less. Plus, I feel like it's going to be easier to follow than, it's Jaeger Cup week, and it's not Jaeger Cup week. And Omaha's playing on a Tuesday in the Jaeger Cup, and everyone else is playing on Saturday. So hopefully it can balance the schedule out as well. But I think it's not going to be as many games for the players, but I think it at least adds another competition where there could be revenue for them, whether they win it or make it far, like in the Open Cup, for whoever makes it, like the furthest D2 and D3 club.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And talk about different divisions and whatnot. Ab, I'll come to you this question because you are a resident USLW Super League super fan over there. Do we see a similar competition like this coming to their leagues?
I think so. I think the blueprint starts a lot with USL League One and Championship in terms of how they build next for the Super League and W League. So this is a tournament that can truly go far, kind of like the dumb Champions Cup League thing that MLS is trying to do. I think you see it lead more towards an Open Cup for the women's side and a like interleague type of tournament, like another type of interleague tournament for the women's side as well. So it should be cool. I truly think that they can't really market Open Cup yet. I don't think, because I don't know if U.S. Soccer is just being a dick or if they're just
because they don't understand what the fuck MLS is doing.
Right. So they can't really like break into that type, like that quote unquote scene with Open Cup. It feels like it. So I think this is a really cool way to market it. And if it gets popular enough and Jaeger's like, yeah, we'll stick around, it'd be hilarious to have a Jaeger Cup for the women's side. Just because half of those fans can't drink. So
Very much so. Yeah. Before we drive into our vibes and chaos and crash out, which is a new category for us, we got a question from Ben. So I'll open up to y'all. Anyone can answer this. But how big do you think the difference in talent between the two leagues is, and will it be prevalent throughout the games?
I can answer that because I've done both. The talent is vastly different.
Motherfucker.
The talent is very different. For some reason, like it feels faster and it feels a lot more physical. So some of these players who probably should be playing in championship will feel like, oh, that's actually more my speed, and they'll be fine. But some of these other players that are like, no offense to Richmond, but your 16-year-olds are not about to have fun against like these 30-year-old professionals that are trying to like make a name for themselves and like try to get on some type of reserve team in like MLS or something crazy. So the talent difference is going to be crazy. But I think it can be fun in the best way possible. It's just like an Open Cup. So it's like the little Thursday night league team beating MLS, it'll be fun. So hopefully it isn't as bad as it could be. I'm hoping that some of these games are just like super, super tough.
I'll also jump in because I saw the question on Blue Sky, so I responded. I think we've seen in the past plenty of League One teams have beaten championship teams in the Open Cup. So it's not as large of a gap as most people might assume. I feel like those that follow USL most that follow USL closely understand like there is not that large of a gap between the two leagues. Now, I'm not about to say like if you had put Fuego against New Mexico, it would have been a slaughter. But if you put Omaha against New Mexico, it's going to be more competitive.
Okay, thank you. I was like, if you're looking at like, a bottom like Miami FC. Oh yeah, Tormento's gonna have fun. Like that's gonna be a really like wild matchup because those are pretty even.
Like we've seen Omaha beat El Paso. El Paso's always lost to a League One team in the Open Cup.
Because El Paso really, I've never seen El Paso do well against any lower opponent, like you were saying. But I've also never seen, like, well, I can't even use them anymore. But
what my point is, we've seen in the past these League One teams compete and beat these championship teams. So the gap is not as large for the overall whole. Obviously, you're going to have the bottom feeders of League One not be able, but I'm just saying like the overall like ballot, like league talent is not that far off from the overall league talent of the championship teams.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is that the top of championship is really, really good, but like the middle and the bottom, it's like they're not. And we've seen that in multiple competitions. It'll be interesting to see if that becomes very apparent from this competition or not, which is why I think the group number 3 is going to be so interesting.
Really?
Birmingham, Tulsa, who aren't great, and then you have Indy, who's been, this might be their last year, and then you have a Madison that's good, a Knoxville that's good, and a Red Wolves that can be competent sometimes.
They can be better.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Group 3, and I wouldn't be shocked if Madison won at all. Like, I can see that happening. I could see Knoxville maybe winning depending on the matchups, and so I think that'll be maybe the one where it's kind of like, oh. And then you have Group 2 that Omaha's in, which is just a murderer's row plus El Paso.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys this. I'll toss this out there before I get to Ben's next question. Is there a worst case scenario for League One? Like, what is the worst case scenario?
I think if no League One teams make it, like they're not supposed to. I think that's fine. Like, it's disappointing, but it's fine. It means that yes, championship's a lot better than League One in a competition where they might care about it. But
no, so I'm up. I think if it's all League One that move on, or like a majority League One, I think championships like, well, I'm not adding these extra games for no reason, so I'm out.
I would say worst case scenario for League One is like Texoma and Omaha just get absolutely trounced in there. Like Texoma and Omaha just get absolutely crushed, or Alta and Spokane get destroyed. You know, Red Wolves, Knoxville, Madison, that one maybe because there's like a balance of League One and championship. But I'm thinking like a Westchester and Portland, like the League One teams just get absolutely throttled by the championship teams. That would be the worst case scenario because it would then like add, it would kind of just prove everything we've just been saying about like there is like the talent gap isn't as large as you would think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So,
any chance we see the reserve teams from championship? I highly doubt it. But
no.
Maybe if one of those like so far ahead of everyone else in the group, maybe.
Yeah.
That mean you have to sign them.
Yeah. If Louisville's so far ahead of everyone else in Group 5, then yeah, sure, I can see them throwing the reserves, and it would still be a competitive team. Maybe.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into this fun part, y'all. This is the fun part. Who do you have as your vibe? So if you're not used to the show, if you're new, We have Vibes, Chaos, and now we have Crash Out. Vibes, this is a team you can recommend with other people. You can sit with other people, you can watch it, you can enjoy it. It's a good low-key event. Chaos, expect the unexpected. Anything can happen from red cards to fights to 7 goals scored. Anything can happen here. Crash Out, and I'll let Eb explain because he has a funny way of explaining it. So,
Crash Out is like that step above Chaos. Like the cops are on the field. They're getting ready to escort both teams to locker rooms. The refs got to be escorted to their car.
so we're playing flags.
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's that group. That's my Crash Out.
So, Vibes. It seems like everyone here went group 6 except for you, Kyle. You went with group 1. Care to explain?
I think it's because this seems the most balanced group. Like, there's no one in that group that I feel is head and shoulders above. Like, Sacramento might be the closest thing that's like head and shoulders above everyone else. Like, this could be one where we've seen Spokane surprise people. Spokane could be a team that's enjoyable to watch. I don't know what Alta's going to bring, but they seem to bring fans. They seem to have a good fan turnout that hopefully carries over. That could be like you can get the vibes and you can see like the stadium setting being good. We know Sacramento, they have good support. So I feel like that's going to be one where you can put it on. The match quality is going to be close, but also the fan involvement is going to be good to add that extra layer. And then you have Lights who are going to just do some fucking gimmick, but hey, it might work. So that's why I went with group 1. Because it feels like it's the most balanced, but also the fan groups can add another level to it.
Fair enough. For Chaos, Eb, you went group 5. I went group 4. Chip went group 3. And Kyle, you went group 2. Eb, why is group 5 your Chaos group?
So I was waffling between making group 5 my Crash Out or my Chaos. I think there's enough rivalries in this group that it can get tense, but not like overly intense, you know? So like we'll go up to Richmond. That's always a fun rivalry. We'll go to Charlotte. That one could teeter onto Crash Out. Louisville and Lexington, you know, that interstate rivalry. For some reason Charlotte's trying to make Richmond a rival, and I don't see it or get it. But like there's enough. Like I hate Loudoun, so just because it's stupid, I hate your stadium. I hate the way you walk, the way you talk. Like I don't. It like there's a lot of dumb rivalries in there, and there's a lot of good rivalries in there to make that group like super super fun and chaotic to me.
Fair enough. And then for Crash Out, Mr. Chip the Ripper. So, Eb, you went with 1. I went with 5. Chip, you went with group 2. And Kyle went with group 4. Chip, why is group 2 your Crash Out?
Well, I think maybe I didn't understand what we were going for Crash Out, but I think I can make it work for what we said was. Because I think that's a tough group. And, like, if you're an Omaha fan, I think you're going to have to eat some humble pie. Even if we had this year's league, this team, like you have San Antonio, who's won the league multiple times. You have the Switchbacks who won last year. You have I almost said El Paso. You have New Mexico and Phoenix, who've been Western Conference finalists. Like you have a lot of teams that take this very, very seriously. Like you look at that, and the only team that you can look at and be like, we're probably a better team is El Paso from the championship side. And if you don't get El Paso as one of your teams, there's a good chance you don't win a single game in the Jaeger Cup. And so I think that's kind of the whole people learning that championship's a big boy league. And I think you just have a high concentration of very serious teams, and that could be a group where the League One teams don't end up looking very good.
Yeah.
Yogi, why do you have team group 5 as your Crash Out?
I think it's because all the rivalries, like every team in there has a natural rival. Where like other groups, it doesn't really feel like it. Like you know, like for instance, if you go look at, I think it's Group 2. I gotta go back and look because I couldn't go to the page yet. Like Group 2, like San Antonio and Texoma, like that's not, they're in the same state, but that's not a rivalry, Where when you look at Group 5, like there's natural ties. So for instance, like NCFC, you got Richmond, Loudoun, and Charlotte. That's three rivals right there for them. You look at Richmond, NCFC, Charlotte, Loudoun, Louisville, right? Go look at Louisville, NCFC, Lexington, and Charlotte. Look at Lexington, Richmond, NCFC, Charlotte. Look at Loudoun, Richmond, Louisville, NCFC. Like it goes on and on and on. So like every game, depending on who you play, like it's going to be like an up and coming rivalry game, and then also like proximity. Like I think like if you ask Richmond fans, like we don't expect to win this, but if you told us, hey, you get a road trip to either North Carolina or Loudoun, oh, we're there. Like that to us is fun.
Yeah.
And we'll do that. That's why I put this crash up, because also like the amount of chaos is going to go into these games. Because these games are going to be, I guarantee you this. Group 5 will have more red cards combined than any other group.
Really?
Yeah. You'll get more red cards out of this group than any other group.
That's crazy when Lights and Oakland Roots are in the same group.
Nah, this group. You'll get more fights in this group than you would in any other.
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out what about Hartford and Portland Heart of Pine makes you think that it's a crash out.
No. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Hartford hates Rhode Island. Don't know
why. Because they came in good.
Yes,
Connecticut,
Rhode Island came in good, and Hartford's been shit. And Rhode Island comes in and is immediately better than them. So that right there, potential. We got to remember, Northeast beef is just ridiculous, dumb crash out people. You got New Yorkers. You got New Yorkers. You got Boston. You got New England. You still have Great Valley Millwall chilling in this group because they're always prone for a crash out. That is why I'm going Group 4. I don't know what that New England Northeast beef is. There's a lot of beef in the Northeast, and then you add Great Valley Millwall as the X factor. Henceforth, that is.
You know what part of me really wanted was Portland to go up against Madison in the Jägermeister Cup just to have a jersey off, like a jersey battle.
Ooh, but Portland wins it.
That'd be fun.
Portland wins.
Hey, Kyle, I do have to say, man, I do feel a little bad for Madison. I don't feel bad for y'all a lot of things, but y'all got your jersey title snatch.
I mean, I give props. That is a damn good kit. Okay, yeah. I can't even argue with it. It's a damn good kit. That's one of those where you go and you're just like, fair.
I don't buy other teams' jerseys that's in the same league with me. I'll buy that jersey.
Like, you can't hate. You have to respect it. You have to respect it.
Yeah.
How many teams do you think try to copycat that next year?
Like 2, and they're gonna get it wrong, and I'm gonna be so pissed that they even tried it.
I can see Omaha doing something that looks.
Here's the thing that's funny though. You can tell how much Hummel actually gave a shit because Westchester had Hummel as well, and the stark difference between what Westchester gave, what Hummel gave Westchester, and what Hummel gave Portland.
I didn't see the Westchester one.
Oh, it's basic.
You won't see it. It's a white T-shirt. Hold on. I'll pull it up.
There's like a sublimated bridge design on it, allegedly.
You can't see it. You see it first. The first thing you see, you're like, oh, that's it. Like you're with Hummel, and that's what you got out of it. You're with Hummel.
Mm.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to pull it up. You're about to see it. You're going to be like, ew, this is bad. You ready, Ab?
I'm ready.
All right. Where is it? There it is.
The anticipation is killing us.
No.
Yeah.
That's the journey.
No.
Like it's the Northwell thing that just throws me off. Like that.
Why is it uneven? Like,
There's like this huge white spot right here that is just like this right here is just something. Yeah.
oh
I
my
told you.
God. Pay
I
your
told
graphic
you.
designers. Pay your graphic designers.
The stark contrast between the two.
And then you go look at this.
Man, that thing is beautiful. And it's got LL Bean on it. Like, what are you doing?
Like you know you're gonna see that at a PWI homecoming.
Yeah.
Like you know you are.
That's crazy. Why did it look like that?
See, now you understand what I'm saying. When I said Hummel played favorites.
That's not even. That's just a cruel joke. A cruel joke, because there's no way you look at. I mean, even that. Like,
And
did
the funny thing
Hummel
is, these
just
are
did it
all
run
Hummel.
out of time
These
on
are
the
all
assignment?
Hummel jerseys. These are all Hummel.
I mean, that's not bad, but it's better than what Westchester got.
I don't mind this. That's actually fine. Like that is another one where you go, that's all right. Not better than Madison, but it's better than Westchester. There's no
I
want
saying
to get that
Texoma,
one.
but
That's that weird like early 2000s style though, where they just like screen print something onto the shirt. It like doesn't make sense. It's like a jersey.
I don't know. Is this Texoma jerseys?
I don't know if that's a
they're
jersey.
they're revealing theirs later. I don't think it's
Yeah, I
I don't
haven't
think it's revealed.
seen.
Yeah, I just think
Okay.
that's like a training top or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to say if that's their jersey, we gotta talk.
Hummel.
No, that is
I'm
not.
that's a
I'm
Westchester.
mad for Westchester fans because that's just disappointing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I don't know if
that's
Naples is also with Hummel, but they haven't released their kit yet.
No,
I think everyone's in the league is with Hummel.
Except
Yeah,
we
It
won.
seems like that.
No, Richmond's with Hummel.
oh,
You
that's
joined.
right.
I think
Chattanooga isn't, to my knowledge.
No.
Does Chattanooga even know that Hummel is a thing?
Tormenta, Spokane isn't. Chattanooga isn't. Tormenta.
Spokane,
Charlotte?
but Charlotte or Charlie
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
Charlotte. So yeah, Charlotte, Chattanooga, Spokane, and Tormenta, I believe. That's it.
Okay.
oh, that makes sense that Charlotte isn't because their women's team isn't.
I mean, all right. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, Westchester. Just say that was your training kit you put out.
So
Fight back.
Yeah, like that.
So that also why there might be a crash out there because Westchester's going to look at Portland and be like, "What the fuck is this nonsense?" And they might want to fight over
They
that.
should be doing that now. You shouldn't wait till the
I feel like
game.
That's what I'm
Westchester
saying.
told Portland, it was like, hey, look, we agreed
Fight
not to
now.
show each other up. Okay, we agreed, and you didn't follow the you didn't follow it.
There was a budget. There was a $30 budget, and you blew that. We agreed
You
to
blew that
$30
on
budget.
stacks. You blew it on stacks. We're supposed to eat off this for a month, and you blew it on fucking stacks.
So yeah, I think I was properly able to explain why I picked Group 4 as my crash out group. I'm proud of that.
Hey, question: do you think Portland will get the same level he is for in Madison?
No,
The same
No.
Portland comes in,
no,
but
they
no.
won't.
I'm saying like in terms of like dropping jerseys, like
No.
you
No,
No.
because there's a bunch of cunts out there. So no.
No, they're not gonna get the same. Once you like,
No.
Ford has released 2 bad kits. 2. But-
I'll go more, but
Really? I mean, our styles are a little different. Like, but I think they've released 2 bad kits. And
Which ones? I'm curious. Wait, which ones?
that pink and black one is fucking atrocious. First and foremost,
the club party, the reversible one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that
tacky,
one,
too.
that
That's
other
tacky,
Super
too.
Black one I had was dog
Okay.
shit.
I still think the funniest thing about the reversible one was I think they were playing Greenville.
And y'all
You're up
lost.
like 2-0,
No,
then
we
they
drew.
flipped it on
It
halftime
was a draw.
and blew
Yo,
it.
I remember that. That was
It was
the
a
great
draw.
day on the
That
internet.
was
was a great day on the internet.
hilarious. That was like peak Madison.
Although one of the sides is pretty. The black with the pink flamingo polka dot. That was good.
No, that was trash.
No, it wasn't.
What?
Black. I'm sorry. Black does not work for y'all. It works
With
for a
the
lot
pink,
of clubs.
with the pink flamingo polka dots. No, that
No.
was fine.
No.
You lost me at polka dots.
Well, I didn't
Black,
know what to
I'm
describe.
sorry.
That.
Black just doesn't work for y'all. Like blue, yes. White,
Well,
yes.
blue.
That
Fucking
black.
team color.
Black just doesn't work for y'all. It's okay.
I mean,
got sidetracked. We got sidetracked.
the pride kit where the lines didn't match on the sleeves, garbage. That was
Yeah,
shit.
that was trash.
Is that the one with the wave bars?
Yeah.
Oh
Trash.
yeah.
I kind of like that one, but I guess I didn't notice that it didn't.
Oh, it was.
I was
I was getting mad. I was getting so mad because I kept looking at it and I'm like, something's not right, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, I just saw it in passing, and it was just like black with the rainbow wave bars, and I was like, okay, that's pretty slick. It didn't scream like Pride Kit to me, but I was like, that's a cool kit.
Well,
I
I
didn't
think
realize
that
there's
was, well, the Pride kit
other-
was based off of the training top.
See,
That season.
and that's what you messed up at. You based it off of the training top.
Well,
Like
it was the same design as the training top was, just had it in the Pride colors.
Yeah, and then I bought it, but I didn't feel good about it. It's the other Pride kit where you have like the sash, but also the sleeves are different, and you didn't carry the slash all the way around. I was so mad.
But no, Portland's not going to get the same amount of shit unless they put out kit after. They would have to put out way more.
They'd have to put out 3 kits before. They'd have to put out like 3 kits in the matter of like, and not just like home away. I mean like 3 home kits to go along with their original home and away kits in order to get that type of hate. So they're not doing that. They've seen that already, and they're like, not for us.
Well, I also think they're gonna do. It seems like they're gonna do a lot more other merch stuff that's gonna sell well too, so they don't have to go to the well of it's a kit. Oh, it's a kit. They'll do something stupid like here's a windbreaker and it'll sell like hotcakes or something.
Ain't gonna lie. Portland put out a winter coat. I just had to snatch that motherfucker, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that one. See, we can't do this because we've already gone off topic.
Well, I was gonna say the last time we gave ideas for a club and it didn't work out.
Hey, we realized it was a Ponzi scheme. We realized it.
We never got that fridge.
We realized it was a Ponzi scheme. Okay. And that leads to the next thing. 10 things League One needs in 2025. So at the end of 2024, there's pretty much put it out there for you. Your league champion will Union Omaha. They're about to go to the championship in maybe 2 more years. Your Jägermeister Cup champion, NoCo, got caught in a Ponzi scheme.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
I don't have money for a lawsuit right now.
Your
you just bought a whole house that has no internet.
Yeah,
your
allegedly.
team that finished in the in the basement, Central Valley Fuego, multiple time spoon winner, has folded. Well, not folded. They also have burned every bridge in the Central Valley region, meaning they couldn't come back to the league.
Can we talk about that real quick?
Yes.
How
I feel like
funny
that was
was
part
it?
of our 10 things, but go.
I just was gonna say, how funny was that statement that you got like 2 paragraphs on NoCo and then Fuego's like a little footnote on the bottom.
They were absolutely hilarious.
It's like, oh, Fuego's not back next year. It's like, oh.
Just an FYI, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it was even called like originally before they redid it, like USL League One statement on Northern Colorado. And then they like unposted it, then reposted it with the Fuego link on the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because it was like, oh yeah, Northern Colorado, theirs was terminated. Like they got fired. And Fuego's kind of like we just decided to mutually part ways.
No one mutually decided. Y'all burned every bridge there because your owner's psychopathic crazy and you tied yourself to a psychopathic head coach. I can go on this topic for days because it was pissing me off so much. I understand it. US soccer fans, we feel the need to bitch about everything. Like, oh, it's the league's fault. It's the league's fault. It's the league's fault. In a certain case, it is because when you give people money, they don't make smart decisions because they're detached from reality. But in this situation, I won't talk about Memphis because they couldn't find the same. That's a whole different. I'm not really familiar with that, so I'll leave that alone. But the two teams in USL League One that decided to fold were because of I can't use the R word because I'm an educator. Is because of
broke boys,
idiots that are owners. Idiots. I need people to understand this. Idiots. It has nothing to do with the league. Yes, did the league let these teams in at a point in time where there wasn't negligible backgrounds on these teams? Yes. And where they built on the promise of, hey, we're going to get a stadium and we're going to make things work? Yes. Fuego did everything possible for it not to work. Okay, let's be real. They had an opportunity to cut ties with Jermaine Jones. What they do? They tied that anchor to him, and look what happened to him now. They had opportunities to build in that community. You are in Central Valley, Fuego. I don't care about the finances of it. Are we playing teams too far away? You live in California. You mean to tell me you could not get players from the state of California to play for your team because management was that bad? That's on you. In other cases, NOCO. You're in the middle of nowhere. I understand it. You got to spend a little bit more money to get players up there. You had one of the more dominant teams in League One history. And you couldn't even pay them. Like, you had Madison, you in Omaha paying for your club. That's on you. That is not on the league. That's on you. Those are the owners. You ruined a great team, one of the better teams in League One that could have competed maybe for another year or so. You had probably the best opportunity to win a league title this year. But you decided to become Ponzi schemers and ruin all that. So much so that y'all got shafted by Spokane. And credit to Spokane, but that's what happened. I just need people to understand that first. All right. My bad. I had to get down the chest. Because it was really irritating. These are the 10 things that they need. So starting off with number 1. We need for a League One team to go far in the Jägermeister Cup. So real quick, on the top of your mind, I'm going to ask y'all, who do y'all think is the team that will go furthest in the Jägermeister Cup? Ab?
Oh, the one USL League One team that can go far is Spokane.
Okay. Kyle?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Spokane as well.
Chip?
I'm going to say Madison. I think that group's the group. You got to get out of the group stage. And I think that's the group where a League One team's going to win. And I think that, at least based on last year, they're the best team from League One in that group. And I think they have a decent chance of winning the group. So I'm going to say Madison.
I'm going to just throw out a wild bone out there. I know we joked at our jerseys. Westchester.
What?
Going out there. Whatever. Yeah.
I'm going to give a sneaky one to One Ox.
I want to say Greenville because I think Greenville. No, here's the problem. Because it's likely going to be you have to win the group and then 2 wild cards. It's just tough for me to see Greenville being better than Tampa Bay, and I don't think they're going to score enough goals to be the wild card. But I looked at that group and I was like, Greenville, other than Tampa, I think Greenville could beat any other team in that group.
Yeah.
It's just Tampa's that good, so I can't really.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Number 2. This is what they need. For a League One team not named U1 to go far in the U.S. Open Cup. We don't know how that's going to work out yet, but that's the second thing needed. Number 3, the expansion size to achieve progress similar to Spokane. So we're talking about AV Alta, Texoma, Portland, and Westchester. What does success look like for those 4 teams in year one?
I'm not gonna say playoffs, but at least
Stability.
in the hunt. Yeah, and stability, but in the hunt for playoffs.
Competitive and also fan engagement, like solid fan engagement, good turnout to their games.
Yeah. You're pulling at least 2,000 per game. You have a pulse in these games. You're in the playoff hunt, which with 8 teams, yeah, there are more teams than last year, but there's still a lot of playoff teams for how many teams are in this league. And even Fuego was like technically in the playoff hunt till like the third to last week. So they should all, be in the playoff hunt, have people at the games, and I think that's good. That's what you want. Butts in seats and not to get just the doors completely blown off you.
Yeah, that'll work. Number 4, pay the players. I mean, we already know the CBA is there and everything, but making sure that they are well taken care of when need be, taking care of your club legends, things like that.
Pay your own players. Pay the players that you sign.
Pay your own players.
Yeah.
I can't believe we have to make that disclaimer.
Yeah, but the league and other teams in the league shouldn't be paying for your players.
Correct.
Paying for them. And paying their utility bills, allegedly.
Great fit for these.
You just got to sprinkle in that allegedly in here a couple times.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the utility bills in their apartment building weren't paid, but like, if that were to happen, that would be really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Emad did not wear that sweater vest to die in vain. Okay,
he was wearing the sweaters because they didn't pay the gas bill, allegedly.
He was wearing the sweaters because he couldn't afford to go to the team shop and take a shirt, allegedly.
And now this team is like, oh yeah, we'll go to MLS next, bro. With what money?
Oh no, they're committed to playing in Future Legends Complex next year in who knows where. Nisa would be a great fit. They don't pay people either.
Look, Nationals out here trying to survive. They out here hiring people to lead this league.
I swear to God, if I see Yoko in Nisa,
it's gonna be perfect for them.
No-co to Nisa, no-co to Nassau. That'd be amazing.
Noko and Fuego in fucking Nisa.
Do it. Game's gone. Might as well do it. Fuck it.
It's gonna be so shit. Stability for the new clubs coming in. We are kind of that's point number 6. We are kind of touched on that already. Number 7, League One teams starting the process of making academies. This is something that I will say I think is great for the long-term stability of a lot of these clubs because there's only so many teams in this league that can truly pay for top-end talent, like Union Omaha, Fort Madison. We'll try to see maybe Hearts of Mine might be one as well up there. One Knox maybe, but
I mean, Rialto's already shown they're going to get they're going to go for a big name in Miguel Ibarra.
Yeah, like the rest of these clubs, start making academies so you can develop your own players and try to make some profit. Like you trying to keep up with the Joneses is not in our wheelhouses. Stop trying to do it. It's not smart. Number 8, how will new teams set their identity? That's going to be kind of interesting to see because we kind of did that with year 1 with One Knox in Lexington. How is these teams going to build themselves out? Lexington totally got away from it because they were like, "Oh yeah, let's just spend money," and ended up worse.
I can't wait for them to crash out in championship. It's gonna be great.
Boy, I swear they can't finish bottom of the table. He can't.
Didn't they have a salary this past season? Wasn't there like player salary up at least in the top 10 of championship?
Top 5.
Yes.
Yeah. Yikes.
I mean, you had to pay Lancaster. That's literally.
Okay.
How did he stay around for another year?
Because they owe him. No championship team is taking that pay. Absolutely not.
Anyway.
Revenue from media deal, yeah. CBS, come in. Just make it the home of USL. Ideally, that would be fun. And then number 10, how are the new coaches going to adapt to the league? So we'll have some new coaches. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, all 4 expansion teams. Did any other coach leave?
Didn't Chattanooga?
Oh, we're not got a new coach. I know that.
I knew it was one of those teams.
Yeah, I think everyone else.
Chattanooga still needs a coach, right?
Yeah, Chattanooga still needs a coach.
Yeah.
Chattanooga does?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought old boy was still there. Oh, he got fired?
Didn't he leave? I thought we
Wait, no,
that.
Chattanooga. No, Scott McKenzie's still there, so never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, I thought Scott was still there.
I forgot. Sorry, they were talking about Cash App Jimmy left. That's what it was.
Hey, that's a real guy.
Is that what we're gonna call it? He's just a chill guy. Okay. All right.
Every other team has named.
He embraced the name Cash App Jimmy. Okay.
Did he?
He blocked
us.
He
had no choice.
He blocked us. What do you mean?
Then he followed us recently.
Hey, it's not my fault. He was out here offering cash apps to single moms.
I mean,
community.
Is that the community building y'all were talking about? That's crazy.
Supporting local small business.
He was trying to help out a single mom for Christmas.
It was June. I don't know.
Christmas in July.
Oh.
Don't tell me how to celebrate.
Okay. Fine.
He was just supporting small local business. He was.
Is that what we're putting on the taxes? Is supporting small local businesses?
Yes.
Yeah.
$15,000. Okay.
Hey man, Cash App Jimmy was a real one. All right?
Why go to the hub and pay for that when you can go for your single mom right down the street?
Free. It's all tax free. Is that what we're gonna do? Is that what we're calling? Okay.
So no, yes, all the League One teams have a coach right now.
Okay, so there you go. So that's the top 10. Those are the 10 things that we're looking at, trying to figure out what they need to be. Ev, I'm gonna pass this over to you. We got some merch. Are you trying to get merch? Trying to get us to buy stuff?
I am. I'm trying to, step up our game for 2025. So I want to be able to do this more often, but in different formats, bring new people, more interviews, new merch, jerseys, sweatshirts, new and improved stickers, things of that nature. Just to show that we are here. We know we're here, but I want to make sure I want to take us into a new space in the soccer landscape, because lower league soccer is going to be highly important for 2026. Mm-hmm. And I want the people to know that we were here for that from the beginning. So making sure they see us, hear us, and yeah. So I've got big ideas. Hopefully, with the right timing and execution, we can have some real fun in 2025. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. All right, some new stuff coming through. Be on the lookout for that. Make sure you support us again. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to get to 100 likes there. We got players. Yeah. Also, we got players moving about and whatnot. So y'all talk real quick while I pull this up because I forgot to.
Yeah. Before the show, what was it? Charlotte dropped their thank yous. And on that thank you list was Austin Pack.
Yeah, that's
he said he chucked the deuces. I'm shocked.
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I feel like is he moving on? is he moving up? Because I would be surprised if he is still in League One.
No, there's no way he stays in League One. If Charlotte couldn't afford to pay him in League One, unless he's going to somewhere like Omaha because Nuhu leaving, then
more shocking.
Then he's going up. There's no way he's staying in League One.
All right, here we go. Shout out to my boy Alex, League One update, and make sure you follow him, support all his work there. So AV Alta, we could look through some of these signings. The only signing they have so far is Miguel Ibarra, who last played for Charlotte Independence. I'm assuming he'll be the number 10 there, the legacy player there. So that'd be interesting to see how that all works out. Charlotte Independence, no one's re-signed yet, but we do have a couple of key free agents. And you already talked about it. Austin Pack moving on from there. So is Colton Belmar. Shalom Guti is one that I'm shocked about. He was wasn't he in the USL League, all league team like last year or something?
Oh, that's a good question. In 2023 or at the end of this season?
Yeah,
I think 2023. I think. Let me see. I think
I'll look. You keep going. I'll look.
Okay. Miguel Ibarra, Trevor Mbuyu, who was one of their top goal scorers, also a free agent there, and whatnot. We don't know, but the rest of the players, Hugh Roberts is gone. And I'm more leaning probably more to retirement there for him, wishing him the best there. And then a couple of academy players, also with Nelson Pierre, his loan expiring. So that's it for Charlotte. Ab, you were already making a point about Austin Pack being there. Do you think Charlotte is going to try to get cheaper and younger, or?
I mean, they don't really have a choice because you can't get any older, so you have to get younger.
Yeah.
And they're definitely going to need it, especially because of these new teams coming in. They're starting young, but letting Pack go, it has to be for more
championship goalkeeper.
Duty did not make any league team either this year or last year. So
he did it.
No.
Okay, that's right. I thought you did.
Charlotte they had what's his? Sorry, also my screen. Why am I drawing a blank on his goddamn name? The goal scorer. He was like
Omar Assist.
No, Aubergeon.
Okay.
Oh,
he made it this year. He was on the first team. And Luis Alvarez.
Okay.
And then Nick Spielman was on the second team.
All right. Moving on, we got Chattanooga. They haven't announced anyone returning yet, but they do have a couple of free agents such as TJ Bush, Stefan Lukic, Mangalo. He's went on to Monterey Bay, and then Ricky Ruiz moved to El Paso. So you have one transfer there. Ricky Ruiz is not coming back to USL League One, thank God. But
for now, we thought that the last time we went to championship.
Yeah, we did. There is a rumor going around that what's his name? If I can see his name, Robert Musa is in talks with Greenville. That's a rumor floating around. No word on that yet, but we're hearing about that rumor there. Cal, your boys, Fort Madison, they have re-signed 6 players so far. Mitch Osmond just got announced today, but Nazim Bartman, Grant McGoughlin, John Murphy Jr., Bird Shertman, and really? Suswa. All right. Cal, how do you feel about your re-signing so far?
So far, it's good to see bringing back as much of the core from the team last year, because that core was a really good team. It was a very balanced. So you have Mitch, so you got your captain back. You got Byrne, who is one of the better goalkeepers in the league. You still have Souza, which is good because he's probably going to have to fill in on the right wing back side of things, potentially. Have not heard with Stephen Payne yet what's going to happen there. But then you still have Bartman and McLaughlin to fill in the striker role now that Christian Chaney is not coming back. So far.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So far, I'm pretty happy with those that have returned. Obviously, hoping for, I hope Devin Boyce can come back. I hope Timmy Mel can come back. Ada Macias, Derek Gebhardt. I'm really hoping they can also return Because if they can bring back as much of that team from last year, then that can make Madison's favorites going into 2025.
All right. So that's it. Like you said, Chris Chaney's there. Devin Boyce, he'll be an interesting one to see if he makes the move up back to the C there. Juan Galindres, another Cash App Jimmy favorite. See what's going on there with him. Greenville, they have a couple of returning players, such as Carlos Anguino, Leo Castro, Pascal Germano, Chapa Herrera. That's a hell of a name. Evan Lee, who I believe is the longest tenured player in League One history, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Unless Fricky comes back.
Yeah. Rodrigo Rubles, Nate Schultz, Sebastian Vasquez, and Ben Zakowski. The players returning so far. They do have a lot of players that they let go in free agency, such as Hayden Anderson, Brandon Fricky, Hassan Gabo, Christian Gardner, and others like that. You can see the list here.
Most notably, Lyle McKinnon.
Yeah, I think he made a move to Orange County.
Hasn't been confirmed yet.
Hasn't been confirmed. Okay, I thought it did get confirmed, but yeah, he'll be one shot there. Jamie Smith as well. I think he is getting close to retirement there, so wishing him the best. FC Naples. They come in as mentioned that they have already made 3 signings. Jake Dillinger from Toronto RC, Kevin O'Connor coming from Cork City, then Republic of Ireland, and Jaden Odin from Lexington Soccer Club. Kind of felt like he got left behind in the dust last year. I don't know Lexington went about their business, but decent player here for League One. One Knots, they have a new head. Well, I thought they had a new head coach.
Yes, they do.
Okay, he just now did that. So yeah, they got 4 signings: Dana Fernandez, John Gerbay, Severin Hingley, and James Thomas. You got those 4 signings there, and then key departures here. I mean, King for Ajay. I mean, Giovanni Calextro, Jalen Chrysler. There's a few others on here.
Frank Ross.
Yeah, there's a few guys.
Skelton's gone.
Yeah.
Huh?
Wow.
Charlie Michelle got a loan to Quilaba?
Kabila.
I don't know. Sean O'Hara retired. So that's gonna be interesting to see. Parts of Pine, I keep myself this team name. Hearts of Pine have nobody, but they have fire ass kids. So
fuck it.
They'll get there. They're getting there.
Yeah. Richmond Kickers have announced 12 players re-signing so far. Dakota Barnathan is a key one. Cloudy Chella is another key one there. Griffin Garnett, Beckett Howe, Landon Johnson.
Pablo stayed. Okay.
Yeah. I have thoughts, but hey, whatever. And I mean the King is here. So yeah, that's the fun part. And then a couple of players are leaving. Nicholas Simmons announced his departure. He will be going to UVA. So I will go cry my tears of Jamaican sadness now. Another couple of interesting ones that are leaving are Nathan Ani, Zaka Moran, Neil Vignoles.
Has he announced where he's going?
Neil?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything yet. But I'm assuming it probably would be a high-level League One or mid-level championship is my guess. Simon Fitch is another one there as well. Simon Fitch's fiance, I think wife now, actually plays for DC Power. So
okay.
Yeah. South Georgia Tormenta has announced a couple of re-signings here. Connor Dole is probably the most noticeable one. With Mason Turnbridge as well. Key departures there for the club. Jake Dillinger, he made the move over to SC Naples. Pedro Fonseca is one. Any others that I'm missing? Drew Romage, he's a free agent.
No, he's underwater anyway.
Yeah, I feel like Tormenta needed it. Kind of just
clean house.
Yeah, it's time. Spokane.
They said they like the vision and they just want to add 2 more things.
Yeah.
They're like, it worked last year. Let's just bring everyone back.
All right. Everyone was on a multi-year anyway. Okay.
Not a bad idea.
No.
Look, Spokane, look at me. Learn from the mistakes of Richmond's past. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to learn. Just learn from the mistakes of us, because we had one good year. We signed everyone to multi-year deals and was like, oh, this is failure. It's not fun. Yeah. So it
looks like they all expire in 2025 though. So
if it doesn't work this year, you
clean house next year after next season. Yeah.
So Luis Gill is probably the most noticeable. Carlos Marciano is another big one there. So yeah, it makes sense. Jack Dalton and departures. Let's see. I don't really feel like they're missing anyone.
Did they re-sign a goalkeeper? Who's their goalkeeper?
Who?
Oh, Brooks Thompson? He went back to Harvard.
Yeah, he went back. He better stay there.
Yeah, good riddance. I like him. I just don't want to play against him.
Yeah,
he's a good goalie. He's just too good.
Yeah, no. He used to play for us.
I know.
He's good. Texoma has nothing because it is a magical land that does not show up on a U.S. map. I look, until I see them in person, I refuse to believe that Texoma is a real place. Is it Texas or Oklahoma? You can't be both. This is why we have the
Sure you can.
Kansas City is in 2.
This is why we have the
you don't need to actually play in the city that you say you're in.
See?
Lexington didn't do that for a good amount of time. Omaha doesn't do that. Like, you don't need to actually play where you say you are.
I'll just make up shit. This ain't no
Suburbs don't count.
Suburbs don't count. What kind of sentence is that?
Omaha doesn't play where they say that. They play in the suburb of Omaha.
But it's not Omaha. It's a suburb of Omaha right there.
It's the Omaha metro area.
My God.
Yeah, Madison, we are Madison, but we're actually playing in Dodgeville. We're not actually in Madison.
It'd be different if you were Ford Madison and you played in New Glarus.
Hey, that'd be fun though.
I just want to ask you
that march from the brewery to the stadium. That'd be pretty nice.
I just want to ask you this. Every other city on this list, y'all have probably heard of. I can probably point on a map. In your natural black or white ass life, you have never heard, nor can you point out Texoma on a map.
That was very inclusive of you, thank you.
In fairness, I probably would say Greenville's in North Carolina.
Okay,
in fact, I thought that for the longest time.
There's
to be
2.
honest, I thought Omaha's more in the center of Nebraska.
You still in the right state.
Yeah.
Fair.
You're not pointing out Texoma.
Just put the stadium. Just put the stadium right on the line.
You are not pointing it out on a map.
This is Yogi's crash out moment. I can't find Texoma on a map.
I have not seen that a single fan. I have not seen the supporters group. All I see was a black coach. They probably just hired some black man off of Highway 5 and said, "Where are these colors?"
Okay, but let's be real.
Place.
Where the hell? No one can also point out where AV Alta is. Because where the hell is Antelope Valley?
I looked up Antelope Valley on
No, don't even tell
Wikipedia.
me you can point out where Antelope Valley was either.
I don't even think it points that on Wikipedia if you type in Antelope Valley.
No, then you have to go to Lancaster, and I still don't know where that is.
Yeah, it's just Valley in Southern California.
All I'm saying is Texoma is not a real place. This is a Ponzi scheme. And we already had one of those in Oka. Don't need another. Union Omaha has announced 3 signings so far. Making an academy signing, hint there. Good job. Rashid Nuhu returns for his 6th year in League One?
So in fairness, we haven't announced those yet. Those are just multi-year people that are still. And Bronick was signed at the end of the year, but Omaha is doing normal Omaha stuff and will be the last team to announce anything.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here is we got a couple of retirees. Steven DeSantos and PC has retired. We don't know about anyone else as of yet. There is a little speculation that Pedro Dolabella is playing in Japan. We don't know if that's true or not yet, but speculation.
Or just on vacation. You never know. Having fun with the fans in the offseason saying, J League, here I come.
Westchester Soccer Club, outside of having bad kids, have signed Kamara Lawrence. Didn't I know his nickname was the Taxi? Okay. I'm going to ride with that one. And then that's it. And then Central Valley Fuego, who couldn't, have anything good, did get one transfer. Robert Cordona went to El Paso. And then Noco, Real Gil, went to Huntsville City. So, and Bruno Rondon went to Indy 11. And then,
Alex, bless your heart. Why do you put him as a center back? We all know he's a striker. We don't need to lie to ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But, that's pretty much it about all the re-signings in League One. So that's the fun stuff there. Yeah, y'all. So we got all that stuff. I'm pretty sure it's going to be updated. League news will be coming out. I'm assuming to start of the new year.
Schedule might come out in, the next month.
Yeah, I think MLS schedule is dropping
this
week. The 19th.
Is what?
The 19th.
This week.
Yeah. So I don't know when League One or Championship is going to be dropping. So maybe soon.
Look, I just need to know when the Henry Derby is. I have to plan PTO. Okay.
Yeah. Please give us a weekend Henry Derby. For the love of God. Need it. All right, y'all. Anything else before we wrap up the good old podcast for the end of the year?
No. I hope everybody's excited for 2025 and all the soccer that's coming to the U.S. in 2025 and 2026. So support your local team. They're going to need it. It's about to get insane. But these guys have been here for you since day one. So, make sure you show love.
Right. Kyle, any last words from you before we go into the new year?
We appreciate each and every one of you that has watched, tweeted, yeeted, IG'd us.
No, don't use that. Don't use that. No, wow. That's an Andre line.
It's rubbed off on me. Andre says it, and it is now stuck with me. But anyway, appreciate it. And I know it's been a very challenging year. So I appreciate everyone being patient with us.
Yeah.
Yes. Chip, any last words from you before you start off the new year in your $1.63 billion mansion?
You're missing a decimal point, but yeah.
That's that white money, baby.
Yeah. You guys don't know. I make a lot of money off this podcast.
A whole extra $1? Oh, shit.
I make $1, you make a dime. That's why I tweet on company time. Just really looking forward to the season starting back up and everything else. This is always a super exciting time of the year. And thanks to everyone who's been around this year. It's been a fun year in League One, and it's only up from here.
And from your host, as always, just want to say thank you guys for taking the time out of your day for listening to our podcast. Because without you, we couldn't and we wouldn't want to do this. So please make sure you go like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Give us a like there on your favorite podcast app. Share with the new fans. If you know fans of Portland, AV Alta, Westchester, share with them. Don't share with fans of Texoma because that is not a real not.
I was like, we were so close. We were so close.
we were at such a good high moment.
Did you say Westchester?
Yes, I said Westchester.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was waiting for you to see if you're going to say Texoma. That I didn't know if you said like Naples and Westchester. So my fault.
I forgot about FC Naples. I forgot about FC Naples.
Oh God! In the podcast, in the show, in the show.
I'm just saying, man.
I feel like it's fitting. You know what? Also, send it over to people in Boise because we still need questions answered. Why the hell you have so many Basque people there?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Basque Country in the middle of Boise, Idaho. That's still so wild.
I have questions and I need someone to answer.
We have derailed in the show.
FC
This
Naples.
isn't even
I just have
derailing.
one question for you. Will you name your supporters group the Titty Brigade?
Get off of my in this goddamn show. End it now.
All right, everyone. We will haul this out later. But you know, all's fair in love and war, wherever the saying goes. But with that being said, we will holler at you guys. This time next year, we will have a lot more to talk about. We'll talk about any and everything come up. But as always, be easy, be safe, and crash out whenever you want to. Almost.